This picture right here pretty much summarizes our gloomy forecast. Good morning to you, meteorologist Paul Diano, with your Western Washington Weather Webcast, the KOMO 4 dub. Very stormy night. And looking at the long-range forecast models, things aren't going to be changing that much. We may finally get our winter in early spring as it looks very cool, very showery, and very not spring-like for the next several days. First, peak wind gusts overnight. Oak Harbor, 58 miles per hour. Bellingham, 52 miles per hour. 45 mile per hour wind gusts in Forks and in Everett. And just a lot of mess out there. Very windy, very wet. And measuring the snow in feet, places like Stevens Pass could see 2 or 3 feet of snow by the time we wrap up this storm on Tuesday morning. But let's talk about what's to come. It's spring break week for the kids. We had such a mild and, relatively speaking, sunny January, February, and early March. What is going on? Well, the big change is the jet stream location. It was diving well down to the south and leaving us with general high pressure for several weeks there, but this particular map starting Tuesday, late morning, early afternoon. See that rich red, or excuse me, blue and purple? That's a big dip or trough in the jet stream, and we're caught right there in a general area of low pressure, Western Washington being right there. Let's go forward in time here and go several days out. Yeah, it just continues, low pressure, low pressure, low pressure. I just fast forwarded all the way until Wednesday of next week after Easter and look at things really not changing that much. If this pattern holds, and that is a huge if, we would stay cooler than normal and quite showery, likely past Easter, which is 6 days from now, and likely into the first full week of April. That's a significant amount of time because we didn't see this all winter long. Right here is a map from April 3rd to April 7th, basically Easter weekend. The eastern half of the U.S., after their rough winter warming up, the West Coast, especially the Northwest, that blue means a high likelihood of cooler than normal temperatures. And look at the likelihood of above or below normal precipitation. The Pacific Northwest, including Western Washington, above normal, and the 8 to 14 day outlook, which looks even farther out as late as April 11th, keeping us at a high likelihood of cooler than normal temperatures and above normal precipitation right there. We may stay very winter-like well into April after 3 months of calendar winter that kind of felt more like spring. We're kind of flip-flopping things around. It's going to be pretty showery and pretty cool for the next several days, likely into next week. I don't see one dry day through the Easter holidays. So once again, Stevens Pass. Skiers will love this. A lot of snow in the mountains. And we're looking at temperatures on Monday morning in the 40s. Those will be our highs coming up pretty soon. We're going to stay in the 40s for highs. Windy conditions as this particular front moves onshore. But look at this cumulus cloud field behind it. That's indicative of very unstable air. We'll widen things out a bit, and there is a pool of cold, unstable air wrapping around this big upper-level low-pressure area. The one I showed you on the other map, that's basically translated into this. This is reality. Look at all this cool, unstable air here that will be filtering in to Western Washington, keeping us chilly and keeping us with a good chance of showers just about every day for the next several, even the chance of a thunderstorm or two this afternoon. But look at the highs. For Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, struggling to make it to 50 degrees, overnight lows in the 30s, snow level down to about 1,500 feet. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Easter Sunday, highs only in the lower 50s. And notice, each day carrying a chance of rain. The one bit of good news from all of this would be those of you who love to go skiing, 18 to 30 inches of snow likely throughout the Cascades and the Olympics, especially above 4,000 feet. By Tuesday morning. A lot of snow in the mountains, but a very unspring-like forecast in the cards for us for the next several days, perhaps longer than a week, as this pattern that we waited all winter for and it never arrived is finally here with a lot of snow in the mountains and a lot of rain and a lot of drippy pieces of glass throughout Western Washington as the rain continues, likely for the next several days. That is your wet Western Washington Weather Webcast. Stay dry, and I'll let you know when this pattern is finally going to break.